today we're interviewing a Stockton alumni employee, Gina Petrillo, and we're gonna see what she has to teach us about her job.
Hi, my name is Gina Petrillo. I'm here today to answer a few questions about my job and my current position in the field that I'm in. I'm an alumni of Stockton University. I have 2 degrees, one from 2012 and one 2014. I received my undergrad in communications and my master's in business administration.
What is your job title and who is your employer?
My current job title as a state employee is Professional Services Specialist 4. I currently work for Stockton University at the Kramer Hall site in Hamilton.
How long have you been in your field, and how long have you worked for your employer?
I've been in the field that I'm in for 8 years through 2 different positions. The first position I had was working as a student and graduate assistant when I was going through college, and that was a multimedia specialist, and I worked in the Office of Event Services and Campus Center Operations. My current position and my second role in this field is working in Hamilton, as I described, at Kramer Hall, and I pretty much handle the marketing and the professional oversight of the building and operations during the evening and weekend hours.
What do you do generally speaking? What are some of your specific duties, functions, and responsibilities?
In my current position, I schedule programming for students and community. We work very close with the community here, being that we're in Hamilton. And some of my other duties are to work with marketing the programs that I schedule here, as well as being the technical support and administrative support for the building. I also represent Kramer Hall at off-campus sites and programming. So if this site needs me to go off-campus to do tabling and represent what Kramer Hall has to offer to the students, I also do that as well. I go to orientations, open houses, college fairs, you name it.
So what do you love about your job, field, and employer?
I love working where I work because of the team that I work alongside of. Also, there's so many opportunities that arise on a daily basis. My director would go to me and ask me to hold a training for knowing that I am very capable in computers, and I've held workshops on computer basics for seniors in the local community. I've been able to attend a number of different trainings and certification programs to build up my resume, and just making connections on a daily basis. I meet so many different people, and I'm able to remain in contact with them for the future, and the possibilities are limitless.
What did you want to do for a career when you were in college?
When I was in college, I thought that I wanted to be a graphic designer. Luckily, in my first position that I held as a multimedia specialist, I was able to find out that that's not the choice that I wanted to go with. Being a graphic designer is like an artist. There's a lot of stress that goes along with it because you're holding yourself to a larger expectation, like you want to be able to impress someone with what you're creating. So I later found out that I really wanted to do something that worked more with people, and that's pretty much what I do now every day on a daily basis.
What was your major, minor, and why did you choose them?
My undergrad was in communications. I chose that because I thought I wanted to do some type of track in, again, graphic design. But luckily when I chose that, it opened up a wide variety for me because I was able to find a job in the field of marketing, advertising, public relations, which is a little bit what I touch on now. And then I continued to go for my MBA, my master's in business administration, because I had a lot of friends who were graduating with me with my undergrad, and they were not finding jobs, were not successful with obtaining a position anywhere. And having a master's made me more marketable to pursue a career.
What skills learned as a liberal arts student have been the most helpful in your career?
I'd have to say that the biggest gain that I've received from my undergrad and even my master's is being able to communicate efficiently. That is so important in this field, whether it's through email or just talking to someone face to face. I actually recently took a business writing workshop, and just to always continue to spruce up my communication skills, because that is so important.
What was the worst part and best part of your first real job?
The worst part is definitely being able to grasp constructive criticism. So that's something that I didn't take easily, and in the beginning when I was told by my director and my colleagues, that I was doing something maybe that wasn't as professional or whatever the case may have been, you have to really own it and be willing to change and adjust and adapt to the environment that you're in. The best part, I'd say, is the learning curve. You go through so many different experiences your first position, and you almost become amazed with all the new skills that you gain.
If you could go back, what would you do differently in preparing for a career after college? What advice would you give to current students?
If I could go back, I would definitely say to connect with your professors as best as you can and hold the connection for as long as you can. Stay in touch with them. They're going to be your biggest resource when it comes to finding a job and knowing what it takes and giving you advice on interviews and things like that. Preparing for interviews better, I'd say give it your best shot, know your strengths, weaknesses, know everything there is about you, and be able to communicate it well. Also, build your resume as much as possible. There is nothing better than looking at a resume that's stacked, honestly, and the worst thing is hearing back from an employer saying that someone had more experience than you. So with experience, I'd say take on as many internships and opportunities that you can, even if it's not paid, whatever the case may be. You want to build your toolkit as best as you can. Okay.
What are the major qualifications for success in your field? What skills or talents are needed?
I definitely say that experience is number one. Back to kind of what I just said, if you can put as much as you can in your toolkit as far as certifications and trainings, that's pretty much your best bet. You just want to have as much experience as possible and learn from professionals in your field.
How do you see your career field changing in the next 5 to 10 years? What will this mean for those entering the field within the next few years?
Surprisingly, I believe that that jobs are going to open up a lot more in the next 5 to 10 years because of the graying effect. I'm hoping that the baby boomers in the working field are going to eventually dissolve, and that will open up new opportunities and positions for incoming graduates.
I know Taylor and I have learned a lot of tips from this session, so I hope that these have helped you as well.
Best of luck to you all!